All right. Welcome back. Hi, my name is Tyler Beeston, and welcome back to the station for another episode of Cruisin the Planet. Today I'm joined by Kelly Smith, Randon Guidry, and Travis Paul.
Yes, sir.
And I'm getting a call from Germany, but we're not going to talk to them right now.
Germany?
I know.
Like the country?
The Germans.
Like the Germans.
What does it say?
4989, some other number. Who cares?
Yeah.
If they're in Germany, why do they have an American?
It's probably
It's
a
a
scam.
scam.
Let's
Number.
move on. Let's move on. Well, we'll move on to one of those great internet mysteries that we'll be talking about today.
Scam calls.
We'll be talking about internet mysteries. We'll be watching some weird YouTube videos, and then we'll be asking the great question: what's one conspiracy theory that we all believe in?
Not like collectively,
No,
just
like
individually.
yeah. But of course, I gotta ask the question: how have y'all been?
All right.
All right, just all right.
Chilling out today. Come on.
Chill.
It's been a chill day.
I know you're excited, Randon. Destiny's coming out.
You don't want to get me started.
We'll
Don't
be
get me
here all
started.
day.
Yeah. I already talked to a lot of other people about it. Y'all
He's
don't
excited.
want to hear
He's
it.
already
really
spread the
excited.
word.
Lightfall is
Internally, that is the only thing that is going on in my head.
Destiny.
Every
Destiny.
minute.
Destiny. Destiny. When is it? Next Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Destiny.
Clap you on
Destiny.
Tuesday, baby.
You know what I have on Tuesday? A 20-page paper due.
Dang, that's tough.
No,
Fun,
no
bro.
light fall for you.
I wasn't going to play it anyways.
Actually, I'd say the light is falling.
True. Darkness is descending
Darkness
because of
is
this
descending.
20-page paper.
Ooh.
Oh, it's bad.
There you go.
Nice.
I also currently have 4 pages of sources on it, so.
Oh, nice.
That's not including the page requirements. Just, you should know there are 4 pages of sources. Still growing.
Still
That's
growing.
tough.
You know what's also still growing? The number of internet mysteries in the world.
Yes.
Smooth segue.
I like that.
Applause.
They come out of nowhere and they just happen all the time, and I can't keep track of all of them. Someone else start talking about them because I can't even think.
The internet's a weird place. You know, as a young kid, I got exposed to some weird stuff, like some weird YouTube videos that we're gonna see today.
Creepypastas.
Creepy.
All
Oh
those
yeah, creepypasta.
It's
Leaf
definitely a
alligators.
host for weird things, but those aren't exactly mysteries.
Hey, it's still weird.
I mean, you talk about Chuck E. Cheese and the animatronics and,
Is this a segue to talking about FNAF? Because that's another thing you don't want to get me started on.
Oh my God.
That's something. I haven't played the games of FNAF, but I've watched a lot of lore videos.
Dude, FNAF lore is insane.
It is really
it's
insane.
crazy.
I can't believe none of it's canon. None of it is canon.
It's
What is canon?
It's all speculative.
Canon means real, like confirmed.
It's true to the story.
It's part of the
It's
story.
all everything about FNAF is pretty much speculative.
That was just made up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
it's made
I
up.
thought
But
that was- okay.
we're talking
Yeah.
in the lore of the world.
Okay, for sure.
Of the
We don't know if
universe.
if this is real or not.
like you know how there's filler episodes in anime.
It's
Yeah.
all
It's not
filler.
part of
Yeah, it's not part
canon.
of
You know,
the canon world.
it's just
Okay.
like episodes to get people to watch whenever
Yeah.
the writer's still writing the manga,
For sure.
basically. But have y'all heard of cicada? I think it's 3305.
I heard a little bit about this one.
So I watched a YouTube video about this a while ago, but basically it's the series of extremely hard puzzles from this group of hackers. I don't know too much about it, but
Yeah.
it went on for 10 years, and it was a bunch of decoding. I can't remember. Do you remember anything?
From what I remember, it was about it was this group of people, and they were making puzzles to try and find like-minded people.
That's what
smart
it
people
was. That's right.
To
Like
that they were
geniuses.
recruiting into
Into their hacker group, right?
or their organization or something.
Yes.
I don't remember
think
specifically
that's
what
what
about
it
it, but I think it
was.
was to find and recruit people for a new division of the government or something.
It was insane, and these puzzles would be all over the world. There was one in in Europe somewhere. There was one in America.
What do you mean, puzzles all over the world?
I don't know. It was
Online decoding puzzles
Kind
or
of.
in person
I
things.
don't know too much.
I think there was probably a little bit of both.
Yeah,
they
it was
went to places and they
everything.
left things there.
Super
then they also,
decrypted messages that
Yeah,
people
and
had
they
to
made
take.
websites to host puzzles, and you clicked on certain words or certain letters in words or something like that.
Yeah,
They're
it was-
hyperlinked to
yeah.
other videos. and you would like go down this rabbit hole to figure out these puzzles, and if you figured them out, you could go on to the next thing. You know, like it's imagine normal. What's the game whenever you go out, like the Silver Bugle Hunt or whatever? What is that called?
Yeah, it's called. Isn't it called
Scavenger hunt?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
Imagine it's like an online and in real world scavenger hunt that takes place like
On the internet.
Yeah, not just on the internet though, but like in the real world too, I think.
All over the world.
Yeah.
It was really interesting.
Never heard of that. That's
Neither
cool
have
though.
I.
It was
There's like a
really
30-minute long video on YouTube. About
Yeah.
it. It's
30
really
minutes.
Yeah,
That's amateur.
Voice crack.
Sure.
You hear that?
That's how you know.
So
That's how
fun.
you know
Okay.
it's intense.
Oh,
when,
for
when
sure.
it cracks the voice.
Yeah, scary.
You guys
Anyone
want-
else? Anyone else have a cool one?
I do. I have a lot of knowledge about this. So please,
Go for it.
please ask me questions about this, because this is something my friends are sick of me talking about, and so they won't let me talk about it anymore. But basically, there was this fan fiction that came out in 2006. It was a Harry Potter fan fiction, which is topical because Hogwarts Legacy is out right now. It was a Harry Potter fan fiction named after the Evanescence song My Immortal, so it was called My Immortal, and it is heavily known as the worst fan fiction ever published in existence, because it basically is a self-insert character as the main character who you follow in the first person, and they're all vampires for some inexplicable reason, and it is so bad. It's so bad. And I can recite the opening paragraph of this thing.
Please.
No.
Well, how are we supposed to know how bad it is if you don't give us some context?
Y'all can read it yourselves. I'm not sure if that's stuff I'm allowed
Wait,
to say on here.
So, can you explain what? I don't exactly know what a fan fiction is.
Okay, so you know Demon Slayer?
Yes.
Imagine someone decided to write their own version of it.
Oh, like Dragon Ball, like that one. Dragon Ball Kai, right?
Not
No. Okay,
not
so
necessarily
basically-
like
No,
Basically-
Dragon Ball GT. That's what I
yeah.
It's like not part of the.
Basically,
Kinda.
it's like when a fan of a
It's when a f-
creative work takes the characters and does their own
Yeah,
story
they make their
with
own.
them.
It's a story made by a fan.
There's
like
entire
stealing.
websites and domains. It's not.
It's not stealing.
like
guys.
parody.
I know. I was just
Yeah,
kidding.
parody.
Kind of like
Okay.
parody,
It's-
but some of
it's-
it's like
it's more
it's
similar
serious.
to that,
It
but
gets
it mostly
weird.
overall is serious.
It gets
Yeah.
weird.
Not all of it does.
Oh, of course not. But a lot of the times.
This one does get weird, though. My Immortal does
So
get very weird.
it's a Harry Potter fan fiction about vampires.
No, it's a Harry Potter fan fiction, and they're all vampires. It's not a but. The but
Damn.
is that there is an extra character. Her name is Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway.
That's
What the
not
heck?
edgy
It's a
at
lame
all.
name.
That's not.
Wonder
It's
who came up with
iconic, is what it is.
that. Iconic.
So the whole premise about the mystery surrounding this is that it was uploaded to a fanfiction.net account, which is like the predecessor to both Wattpad and AO3. This is like what the millennials are using to read fanfiction. This is like an older
Yeah, it's
thing.
no longer Reddit.
I mean, people are still actively uploading to fanfiction.net, but AO3 is like superior and like
Yeah,
it has
yeah.
more traffic
Continue
than
with your
fanfiction.net.
stories.
Not the point.
Yeah.
The point is, it was uploaded in 2006, came out with 44 chapters over the span of like a year and some odd months, because it stopped being published in like 2008, I believe. And the author dropped a couple hints. She said her name was Tara Gillespie, and that she was like 14 years old, and that she was goth. That was very important, was that she was
Makes-
goth. She wasn't actually goth.
It's
She
all
was more
making sense
emo,
now.
but like she was very goth.
14
Um,
gone.
And so everyone kind of assumes that the name Tara Gillespie was like this pseudonym,
Yeah.
you know, how like pen names, author use pen names.
Yeah.
Like J.K. Rowling herself uses a pen name because there's like this whole statistic about how books with like women's names as the authors don't sell as much, and
Yeah.
it's a whole thing. So she was
Yeah.
like, J.K. Rowling sounds more masculine, so pen names, whatever you want to call it. That Tara Gillespie was like that kind of pen name, and her identity, like the author's true identity of this fan fiction, which people honestly at this point in time, you know, however many odd years after it's been, you know, released into the void of the internet, don't know if this thing was like a genuine intentioned try at a fan fiction from a younger child, admittedly, or if the entire thing was satire, because there were a couple notable things that happened surrounding the identity of Tara Gillespie and the author of My Immortal, generally speaking. there was 2 big ones in which there are actually multiple YouTube videos that cover this exact situation, including Sarah Zed, who's like a famous YouTube essayist who has like a specific follow-up that she pretty much incited with one of them. And then there was a whole thing where it was like in the news, like some woman almost got like a book deal because she was claiming to be the author, and she was not. So in 2007 and then 2009 respectively, the account that hosted the My Immortal fanfiction was hacked in both those separate years, and it was kind of contested on if the original author ever got control of their account back. No one knows. If it was sometime after chapter 36, I believe, her account got hacked for the first time. Oh, it's a whole thing.
Wow.
This is several years in the making.
When was this like a thing?
2006.
Yeah, that's what Wiki said.
So her account gets hacked, and it's contested if she ever got control of the account back after it was hacked after chapter 30 something or whatever. But there was originally some guy on fanfiction.net similarly claiming that he was a friend of hers and that he had access to the account, and like they were like friends on fanfiction.net or something, or it was something similar to fanfiction.net. I'm not quite sure if it was exactly fanfiction.net, but there was this whole thing, and then all of a sudden Tara Gillespie, the author, her account updated to say in her likes and dislikes, in the likes category, this guy named Gareth Vandersweld, and nobody knew who that was. Turns out it is some character from Bible fanfiction.
Bible
What?
fan fiction.
There is an extensive community of Bible fan fiction
thing,
across
Bible
the
fan
internet.
fiction?
Yes.
It's the oldest literature.
All
Why
I'm
wouldn't
gonna
it
say-
have
That's true.
fanfiction?
All I'm going to say, if a piece of fiction exists, there is most definitely fan fiction of it somewhere. Nothing is exempt. Nothing is safe.
That makes sense.
Nothing is sacred.
Mm.
Right?
That's another
So-
rule out there.
People obviously are very invested in My Immortal because it's like this pop cultural phenomenon of like, what is happening here, right? So people go on the hunt for whoever Gareth Vandersweld is, find out this whole thing about the Bible fan fiction, and a bunch of these accounts start like infighting in the Bible fan fiction community. Apparently there was this really big overarching series about Bible like fan fiction.
Should I put the first chapter?
Have you proofread it to make sure that it's all...
No, he has not.
You should proofread that as I'm finishing up this, so that way you can make sure you
finish it up. Finish it up.
So basically there was a lot of infighting on this. It was like Warriors of Light or something is like what the series was called, and it related back to that guy who, his name is like Toby or something, who said that he was a friend of Tara Gillespie and that he like had access to her account and everything. And it turns out all of this infighting of all of these people commenting on these posts and like each other's Bible fan fictions that are all just, it's all just one guy. It is all just one guy operating a whole bunch of sock puppet accounts.
Psychopath.
And it's all Toby, who is claiming that he knows who Tara Gillespie is and is a personal friend of hers, and that he had her manuscript for the sequel to My Immortal, also coincidentally named after an Evanescence song. It was called My Immortal 2, Wake Me Up Inside, which...
Wake me up.
And so he had been like slowly posting her manuscript for that, and it's just all false. He's just one guy who's operating like literally dozens of sock puppet accounts, fighting with himself.
Oh, wow.
And it's a
he's
whole
crazy.
thing. Yeah, no,
He has no
he's
life.
certifiably insane.
Yeah, it's
if you want to
weird.
hear more about Toby, Sarah Zed has like her original video of like what the story was with My Immortal, and then she actually gets messaged by this Toby guy and like interviews him, and it leads her to finding out about all of the suck puppet accounts, because that wasn't known until her video came out. So if you want to know about the Toby saga, Sarah Zed has 2 phenomenal videos detailing the Toby saga.
So he created his own.
I think it's good. There's like 1 or 2 words, but I think if you want to just,
You can put it up there.
I'm gonna.
So do you want me to go into the second one, or do you want to read that?
I don't know if I want to read this because I couldn't give it. I couldn't give it.
I'm interested.
You want to read it? Sit here. No, please.
I don't feel like. No, it's okay.
I think she should read it.
Yeah, you read it.
No.
You brought it up.
You've actually
Yeah.
read this
This is
before,
your-
so you should totally
You
read
don't know
this.
anything
I
about
agree.
this.
All we want you to do is read the author's note.
No. No, that's
It's
the
just
worst
reading
part.
words. It's not nothing serious.
You get up there and try and read it.
It's not my fanfic.
So
It's
what's-
hard to read.
What's so
it's
bad
hard
about
to
it?
read.
What's bad about it?
Go
if
and
we're
take
not
a
gonna,
look.
I don't
It's
wanna
Go and
read
take
written
a
by a
look.
14-year-old who doesn't know how to spell.
Oh.
Anything.
And I'm sorry
Game.
to the
Yeah.
14-year-olds and other people that don't know how to spell.
Yeah.
But it's kind of.
Travis, try and read that out
Oh
loud.
God! All right, right there.
Which one?
The
Oh
the
my
very
gosh.
top like little paragraph.
Alright.
It should say like A/N.
Special fangs. Get it 'cause I'm goth. To my girlfriend. Ew, not in that way. Raven. Bloody tears 666 for helping me with the story and spelling. Oh, Rock. Justin, you're the love of the present life. You rock to... What is MCR?
My Chemical Romance.
My Chemical Romance rocks. XXXXX. Straight up.
What the
There
heck?
you go.
And the spelling errors only get
Bro,
worse
and this
yeah,
That was great.
and
that
this
was-
got like massive.
because of how bad it is. Yes.
we're just gonna.
So
But it
this-
was a dude who
was a
the
dude
whole
who wrote
time.
it?
No. Toby didn't write it.
Oh, he was just this weird
People
separate.
thought he did for a while because he was pretending like he knew who Tara Gillespie was, and then there was this whole thing where it was like, wait, did Toby write My Immortal?
Oh, Tara's the one who wrote it.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Toby did not. He was just trying to like basically clout chase off of it. And then there was a follow-up scenario that happened in 2016 with this woman named Rose Christo on Tumblr. Basically, she posted on Tumblr on her blog saying that like she knew who Tara Gillespie was and that it was her. And the whole reason she wrote My Immortal, which she claimed was a satire fic, was because she wanted to gain enough internet clout
To write her own book.
no. So that way she could get internet famous, so that way she could find her long lost brother that she lost because of the foster system. And so it was this whole thing. She showed apparent proof of all of this to like a publishing company, got a whole book deal where she was going to write a book about how she wrote My Immortal and why she wrote it. And then her real life brother comes out and was like, yeah, no, we weren't separated because of the foster care system. She's just
Clout.
crazy and we haven't spoken in years. She
Dang.
lied.
What?
But this spanned like months of this woman just pretending like she wrote it to find her brother. It was this whole thing.
And why didn't the actual author like come out to say, "Hey, no, that"?
Probably because she was a 14-year-old girl who was ashamed of what she did.
Yeah,
She's goth,
I don't
too.
blame.
Goth.
Goth girl.
Goth.
It's GOFF.
Yeah.
Goth.
No, and like
Goth.
every
Yeah.
chapter starts with an author's note where she's just like, if you're a prep, get out of here. Stop flaming.
What in the
Which
world?
basically was just like early internet terms for
So-
like criticizing someone.
When did you get into this?
Got flamed.
Okay, my sister is 10 years older than I am and like millennial, like straight up millennial 92 baby. Has always loved Harry Potter. She has known about this fic pretty much since it came out.
Oh, shoot. She put you on.
And she was like, hey, we were in a car one time driving to the airport, and it was like me, her, and her fiance at the time, who is now her husband. I don't want to be like, oh, they're broken up. Her husband now. But like, they were talking, and they made a joke about it. And I was like, I think it was like 12 or 13 at the time. And I was just like, what are you guys talking about? And they were like, you're telling me that you're so chronically online all of the time, and you don't know what My Immortal is? And then they were just like, no, you have to read this. And they were telling me a little bit about like what it was and how it's like such a hilarious read, especially if you get like a bunch of friends together and you all just like assign characters and like a narrator, or make a drinking game out of it, or just read it when you're drunk.
Oh my gosh.
It's an experience.
That sounds like
reading
a
through all
interesting
44
time.
chapters. Let me tell you-
44?
it's not even finished. It was left uncompleted.
Okay.
Yeah, but each chapter was like really small.
No,
It was,
they're
like,
super short.
Yeah,
I
there
wouldn't
was,
venture to
like-
say that this thing is even like 30,000 words.
Mm.
I stepped on the cord accidentally. That's what that was.
That's a very
But,
interesting.
Yeah, no, so it's still like super
never-
contested on who actually wrote this thing.
Never even
And
heard of it.
it's an infamous internet mystery of who is Tara Gillespie.
How did your sister find it?
She's a huge Harry Potter fan.
She was just like online researching like Harry Potter stuff one day.
I mean,
You know,
she also reads fan fiction, so she's
There are a
stumbled
lot of
upon
people
it on
that seek
fanfiction.net.
out fan fiction
Oh.
because
I don't know, Tyler. Are you one of those?
I am not one of those.
I don't know.
I did it once, and that was
It was
Shrek.
One Piece.
it was one
Shrek.
thing. It actually was Gorillaz, like the band.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I got back into their music, and I watched their YouTube videos, not YouTube videos, their music videos, and I was like, I love how the story keeps going on, and then suddenly it ended, and I was just like, I want more, and so I found a website, and then I kept reading, and then I was like, I think I'm done here.
Yeah, I got you.
Interesting.
I think I'm done.
Yeah.
It's not what I wanted to read.
I didn't know fan fiction was that big of a deal.
Oh, it's
Oh,
huge.
it's a huge thing because it's a.
It's a
takes-
creative work.
It
And
is.
it's
Start
huge
writing
fan
fan
spaces.
fiction.
You can do that if you want.
If you want to.
You can
That's-
make the second most infamous fan fiction.
I'll make the number one.
Well, you
Do
continue.
it.
You should continue.
I
the
believe
series.
in you.
I'll continue it.
You
yeah.
continue the
There
series.
Continue.
are
All
actually
right, that means you gotta
people
read it
who have
first. Go
tried to
for it.
continue
No
My
No
Immortal.
way.
Yeah, no, it's all in jest. No one's trying to do it seriously, but like if you go on like Wattpad, there are like continuations of My Immortal of
Oh my-
people who
so
are trying to
Fan fiction of the fan
fan
fiction.
fiction of fan fiction.
Fan fiction.
It's-
Fan fiction.
It's fan fictionception.
Jeez.
But-
Just keeps going.
It does
Yeah,
just
no,
keep
My
going.
Immortal, infamous and absolutely worth a read if you're just a little bit bored and unsure of what to do.
Interesting.
You if you read it, you think you're a little bit smarter than everyone else.
Oh yeah, it's a huge ego
Or at least
boost.
a 14-year-old
Ego
girl.
I'm so
Goth
sorry
girl.
to this person.
Jeez.
You know what happened? They're
Look-
watching Harry Potter, but at the same time, Twilight came out, and they're like, man.
Oh.
No,
You know what?
no, here's the
that
thing.
makes so much. That would make so much sense.
Tara Gillespie literally offered up the information that she wasn't even that big of a Harry Potter fan. She was doing it for her friend, Raven, the aforementioned Raven, her girlfriend, but ew, not in that way.
Ew, not in that way.
She was doing it for her because her friend Raven was really into Harry Potter. And like at the time, if you go back on like the Wayback Machine and you go to
It
Raven's
predates
account,
Twilight.
yeah, it
Predates
if you
Twilight.
go to like Raven's account and everything, at the same time, she has a couple chapters up of a story that has a very similar concept to My Immortal. And they were both like each other's like beta readers and editors. So you can just see that it was just two teenage girls just like having a little bit of fun. And it's honestly kind of endearing in a way. But yeah, no, Tara Gillespie, if you're out there, unironically, I love you so much for what you've done for the internet.
She was ahead of the curve.
She was.
She got to the vampire stuff before it was even cool.
Wait, no, hang on. What year did Twilight get published?
The first published, I don't know. The movie came out. in
Well, because the
2008.
book would be the important part.
Yeah, I guess you're
Because
right.
the movie's
Is
got so
Twilight
big.
good? I've never seen it.
No.
It's
I
terrible.
mean, it's good in the same way that My
I've
Immortal
never
is
seen
good.
it.
I've never seen it.
I think it's it should be cheesy, right?
Yeah, it's definitely
Probably
cheesy.
cheesy.
It's
Team Evan, Team Edwards,
Team
right?
Evan.
Team
Tides
Edward
go.
and Jacob.
Jacob, that's what it was.
Personally,
Jacob.
I hate
Okay,
Jacob.
so Twilight, the first book, Twilight, came out in 2005.
Yeah, because the
Okay, so there you go.
Okay.
Not ahead of the curve.
Well, I don't think a 14-year-old girl is going to read a
Do you
big
guys-
book of Twilight.
honest-
You'd be surprised.
No,
Honest-
you'd be
You would
surprised.
be surprised.
14-year-old
I know those
goth.
girls.
the tween girls were all over
Lots
the
of-
Twilight books.
Yeah,
Lots
that's
of goths are also nerds.
On a side note,
Yeah.
do you guys know what inspired the Twilight books?
Werewolf.
They saw the Twilight and they're like, man.
No. So Twilight was directly inspired by Gerard Way and My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
They are intrinsically linked.
Bruh.
Stephanie Meyer, the author of Twilight, was so inspired by what Gerard Way was doing.
MCR man.
And do you know what inspired MCR as a band?
What? Twilight.
Goth girls.
9/11.
What?
Really?
I was thinking about this. I was gonna bring it up during our.
Is this
Why?
a conspiracy theory?
What?
Because Gerard
I was
Way
gonna bring it up during our last
Gerard Way was
segment.
in New York during
Oh, wait,
September
let Tyler
11th.
bring it up during our last.
Kelly will be able to explain it much better. I'm just gonna have to figure something else out. Kelly,
Gerard Way was in... how is that a conspiracy theory? What?
the idea that the Harry Potter books would never have been written without 9/11.
Oh, that's not a conspiracy theory. That's like
What?
6 degrees of separation. No, it's not Harry Potter. Harry Potter was like in the 90s. It was Twilight.
Oh, was it Twilight?
It was Twilight
Okay.
because it was 9/11 happened. Gerard Way was in New York during it, and like I don't know if you guys have heard their song "Foundations of Decay." It's
The new one.
literally about the Twin Towers falling. If you listen to the lyrics of "Foundations of Decay," which was like their huge comeback song from off their huge hiatus, it's about 9/11, which is what directly inspired the band. And then Stephanie Meyer was so inspired. despite the fact that she was Mormon, she was also listening to MCR. So she was so inspired by My Chemical Romance that she was like, and wrote Twilight. And then there's another step in this correlation, which is 50 Shades of Grey. Which, I kid you not,
No way.
was a Twilight fan fiction.
That's cool. It's a better one. Nah, I'm just playing,
50 Shades of Grey was a Twilight fan fiction
Did you
in
see
which
the
the
random?
author just went in and like control F'd the names of Bella and Edward and changed it to whatever the names of the protagonists in 50 Shades of Grey are. 50 Shades of Grey as a series would not exist without 9/11.
That's crazy.
You
I mean,
put it that way.
That's a. Where's our conspiracy?
I guess
theory music?
that's why you don't time travel in
internet
the
mystery.
past, like the Nazis
Butterfly.
did during World War II.
Yes.
No, World War
Butterfly
One.
effect.
Do y'all think that? Do y'all believe that
What?
Nazis?
the Nazis can time travel?
No,
Hey,
what?
I believe it.
You don't know that conspiracy theory?
I've never heard that.
Okay, let's say this for the last. Tyler,
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Tyler, do you have
Yeah.
any internet
Internet
mysteries?
mysteries.
I was gonna talk about the zombie woman, but as I've learned, it's actually not a mystery anymore.
I want
Solved.
to know, what
Oof.
is it?
It was actually just a big publicity stunt.
Of
Wow.
course it was.
Yeah, some woman in
Tragic.
big makeup was like acting like a zombie.
Oh, but it was all
Yeah.
fake.
What with like the
Yeah, it
special
was all
effects
fake.
makeup?
What about the zombie deer thing? Remember?
I don't know about
I've heard of
that.
The zombie deer.
But you know what's also pretty fake? YouTube videos.
Oh my
Oh
God.
yeah,
You
dude.
are just on it with the segues today,
Dude,
man.
YouTube videos.
Wow.
They're
Can you hear
they're-
the sarcasm?
we're gonna watch some really weird YouTube videos now.
And then we're gonna rank them.
Yeah.
We're
We
gonna
can
see
do
who
that.
wins.
All right,
All right, what are we starting with?
we're gonna start with Randon's.
Okay.
We can't watch the entire thing
Yeah.
because it is 6 minutes, and we got.
How hard is it to follow a time constraint, Brandon and Tyler?
It's not.
I think 6 minutes is okay.
Mine's
a short. Mine's 50 seconds.
Mine's just
Well,
weird.
right now we're at the 28-minute mark, so
We're
we just
chilling.
got to be careful.
Let's
We
go,
can
let's go.
we can leave this one to the end and just start with like the shortest to the longest.
Let's do it.
We can just do clips. I don't know.
Here, we'll start with
Yeah, do that one.
since it is the shortest. So we will
Mhm.
start with this one. All right. And we're good.
Egypt. 20 miles northeast of the iconic Giza Pyramid Complex stands the world's oldest surviving obelisk, dating to roughly 1900 BC.
You'll see the top of the obelisk reaching into the sky. They think of it as a sort of an axis mundi. It's a way of connecting Earth with the heavens. Egypt was given, according to ancient texts, the powers of heaven.
Mainstream scholars interpret this connection to the heavens as purely symbolic.
Bro, that's
but
crazy.
ancient astronaut theorists suggest that the obelisks were recreating the technology of another world, and that these giant stone pillars were part of a vast wireless energy grid, one that also incorporated the power of the pyramids.
Bro, that's like
Cairo, Egypt.
close to the
Kelly's like, I'm not
conspiracy
impressed.
I'm going to talk about.
All right.
I told you the aliens built the pyramids. I told you.
Is that your conspiracy?
Yeah.
All right. Next up is Kelly's at 1 minute and 6 seconds.
No,
The
that
heck is
sounds
that?
weird.
What's that? What that song, isn't it?
Kind of looks like Travis.
Oh yeah, because I'm white. It's Ice Cream Dude, isn't it?
It does kind of
Yeah.
look like Ice Cream Dude. All right. Should we take our faces off of this? Or are we good?
Sure.
Nah, just
I
leave
would.
it.
Why not?
There's good reason for my glistening skin, and how I shine, and how my pores are so clean and clear.
It's a nightmare.
It's baby's first birthday.
Oh.
I eat little baby's ice cream. It keeps me young. It keeps me light on my feet. I spring from activity to activity.
His head is small.
I love my job. I love my life. When you eat little baby's ice cream, you'll wink and nod and hug and high-five each other
It's a commercial.
with great enthusiasm. This
Looks
is
like
a
he's in
special
pain.
time.
What? That is
Little
not
babies
a real
ice cream.
commercial. Is that a real commercial?
Ice cream
No.
is a feeling.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Feeling.
We were supposed to pick out the weirdest YouTube videos that we could. I felt like that was a good
That's-
submission.
Yeah, that's a great one. I like that one.
All right, we gotta get rid of that because that's
Ad.
ad. Yeah.
It's the best.
All right,
Copyright.
that's a great weird one.
Shadow Legends.
That's the one I was gonna do, but she took
Raid
it before
Shadow
me.
Legends.
Haha.
All right, this one's by Jade. Cruisin might not know Jade yet, but Jade works with us and he's awesome.
He's in class right now.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Jay.
He'll join us in the
Hunger
podcast when he
Games
has
salute.
time.
I
Can't
actually
whistle.
can't whistle.
Alright.
Twinsies.
Yeah.
All right, ready?
Oh, this one's weird.
I haven't seen this. I'm excited.
I've got something. I've got something. Come to Papa Moon. That's it. Come on. Oh.
It looks like
Oh.
Jade.
I think the other one does. Also.
Hi there.
Who are you?
I'm old Greg. Pleased to meet you.
What do you want?
Maybe I should ask you the same question. What you doing in my waters?
Just taking the air, you know. Not fishing.
But then how come this hook's in my head, fool?
It's nothing to do with me, sir.
It's attached to your rod, mother liquor.
Don't kill me. I've got so much to give.
Easy now, fuzzy little man Peach. You ever drunk Baileys from a shoe?
What?
You wanna come to a club where people wee on each other?
No.
I'm gonna hurt you.
Excuse me.
I like you. What do you think of me?
I don't rightly know, sir.
Make an assessment.
I think you're a nice, modern gentleman.
Don't lie to me, boy.
I'm not lying.
I know what you're thinking. Here comes old Greg. He's a scaly manfish. You don't know me. You don't know what I got. I got something to show you. You know what that is? I saw old Greg's vagina. I got a mangina. I'm old Greg.
What? What is that, man?
So weird.
And that.
Old Greg's history of the funk. The mighty Bush. We're not gonna get it. That was interesting.
Very weird.
No comment on that one.
No comment.
Fair
But it
enough.
makes it makes me feel better about my stuff. All right. So, Randon's is 6 minutes and mine is 9.
We don't have to.
But we have a lot of time if we could be quick, because that'd be
We don't have to watch the whole thing.
all right. Just tell me like how to skip forward or how much to skip.
That's you're just gonna have to.
Tonight is the night that SpongeBob and Patrick go camping. Now I will be able to get my beauty sleep.
The sound effects are so weird.
Oh.
Levitate.
SpongeBob. SpongeBob.
Bang man.
What? Why aren't you camping?
We are camping outside of my house.
Oh, okay.
Have fun inside.
Okay, fine. I will camp with you.
Yay.
You can probably skip it a little bit.
You just gonna levitate like that?
Alright, you just elevate him.
You can just use the arrow keys, tap it.
Let's sing this line. Body cares what you
Right, is it
think, Squidward. M P F I R B S O N C A M P.
You call that music?
Campfire song.
Yes.
I'll show you real music.
No, he did not.
Squidward,
That's beautiful.
What?
don't play your clarinet Bentley out here. It could attract a sea bear.
Is this just a recreation of
Okay.
that one episode?
Yep.
Squidward, no.
Best friend SpongeBob.
Said best friend SpongeBob.
Oh yeah, the sombrero.
No such thing as a sea bear.
What is that?
Santiago.
Oh no.
Back into the abyss.
Miss Puff.
Yes, I did it. I killed SpongeBob.
That's messed up.
I killed SpongeBob.
Oh,
We don't have to watch any more of it if you don't want to. This is weird.
Patrick's a fake friend for that, man.
Yeah,
He left her.
He is a fake fan. I think that was me, Kelly.
No, that was me.
My head hurts after watching that.
Yeah. So we can go into yours if you want.
You think so?
Yeah. It's not too much more of that.
I feel stupid.
It's just weird. I remember watching that like a few years ago and thinking like,
This is content.
what the heck?
This is content. Alright, mine is Shrek versus Big Chungus
No,
battle
this is
for
epic.
free Robux. And, it's a thing. And there's not much more to say about that.
Are we watching everything?
No, we're gonna be skipping through some of it.
You can't skip through
I was waiting for you.
Make Robux giveaway, please.
The music is beautiful though. The sound effects are so good.
My asshole burns.
Levitate. He goes skateboards.
So random.
Bruh. Guards. I have idea.
Maybe only death will save you. Tato. Destiny you created leads only to destruction.
Shrek alert.
Cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper, hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper, hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper, hamburger, 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 hamburger. Time for wholesome 100 Reddit moment.
Free Rebacks, you goddamn idiot.
What the heck? Bro, what in the world?
Not the ad in the middle of it.
Sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. So you'll never know if you don't go. You'll never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go.
Bro, what the heck? What are those?
These giant Shreks, I think.
Oh, God.
These shining stars break through. Please mercy. Nope.
Brazil.
You got them luscious locks.
Got his Robux.
Donkey.
Hello, old friend.
What in the world?
Seems that you like this world. You can continue fighting, but do you need it? You can be happy here after all these pain and sufferings.
Maybe it's time to stop. Maybe I could be happy here.
Assassin's Creed music. All the music is from like video games, just as different. It's great. Also, those are Cheetos.
Those are Cheetos?
Look at them. Those are cheese fries.
Oh, they are. What the heck? Bro, what's happening? Dang, it ended on the cliffhanger.
Yep, that's
Just very
Shrek
weird.
versus Big
Those are the
Chungus.
weirdest
Battle
videos
for
I think
free
I've ever
Robux.
seen.
You should see the it's like Gangster SpongeBob series.
Gangster SpongeBob.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Wow.
Okay.
Isn't there like a SpongeBob show that like Spike tried to produce? It was a parody of like SpongeBob would smoke weed, seaweed.
What?
That would be funny.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What? That sounds funny.
Do we want to rank these now? I guess.
That one was like the most wildest. Just you can't expect what's gonna happen next.
I think yours is the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kelly's is just like, what?
It's very
Which one was Kelly's?
The ice cream one.
You know what?
That one was weird.
I think the ice cream was my favorite one. The dude was creepy.
The dude was creepy. It was weird.
There's like no context.
There is very
It
little.
was little baby's first birthday.
Yeah.
It was a special occasion. That's what the video title
That's
is.
weird. That is weird.
Yeah, I like that one the most. What do you
Alright.
think, Redden?
Yeah.
You like
Also,
Big
yours
Chungus one?
yours about the omnibus is pretty.
But mine's
cool,
more of a
so.
conspiracy
Yeah.
theory. I should.
It was still a weird.
It was
internet
still
video.
weird, of course.
Yeah.
What about you? You think yours is the best?
No. Oh, Kelly.
What have you ranked?
One of
Seven, I
our
think it's definitely
viewers
the
believes that
weirdest.
Kelly's was the weirdest, but mine was the coolest.
Who said
Wait,
that?
who is that?
Much agreed.
Lance said that.
Oh.
Thank you, Lance.
I can agree with
Appreciate
that.
Well,
For sure.
it's a good thing the competition was for the weirdest YouTube video.
Mm.
I don't know. Mine was. Okay.
You get a
Yeah,
golden
they were
star.
all just weird.
They were all weird. I agree. They were all weird.
You know what else is weird? Conspiracy theories.
You know what? You're right. All right. You're.
Wow.
What does
we're
Lance
just-
say?
I'm sorry. I'm blown away at the scene of the moment. At the conspiracy theories. Dang, those are weird. So let's talk about those.
Travis, you should
Yeah,
talk about your
those-
alien pyramid.
All right, so basically, there are a lot of people who think that the pyramids were not made by humans; they were assisted by aliens.
I was actually gonna talk about this too. That's crazy. We had the same one.
And I don't disagree with them, and I just say because you know how huge that thing is, and you
No,
know
it's
how like
massive.
little tools they had
They barely-
compared to now. Like, you know how long it would take to now like make that? I don't, like, it's just like,
So
how did these people make that? Because they had to carry those
so
bricks.
this is my thing about this. So, angels, right? They came down
Biblically
from heaven.
accurate?
They got kicked out of heaven. Okay,
Okay.
but they weren't angels anymore. They turned into aliens, right? And so these aliens brought super cool technology, a lot of wits, and they also, mated with the kings and queens, which also made giants, which also helped build the pyramids. So if you think about it, and here's another theory. I was talking about Hinduism earlier about the cows,
Yeah.
and then talking about aliens. So this is another theory. I think it's kind of funny. So you know how they worship the cow?
Sure.
So what if one day an alien ship decided to abduct a cow, and they see the cow floating up in the air?
That is the thing.
And they're like, "Whoa, the cow was floating!"
Cows are floating.
And now they're like, "The cow was God, right?"
Yeah.
I mean, floating cow got
Yeah.
similar. But what do you have to say about alien?
I don't know about the giant thing. Giants.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't know.
but
I don't know.
I just think it's
That's a-
interesting because
I don't know if aliens had to do with going to like, heaven, but I don't know. I don't think it's logical for people to build the pyramids
Yeah.
back then.
Well, how did
I think
how
they
did the
die.
Romans build the
I think they
Colosseum?
die in the process.
What was the point of building the pyramids?
They were
there
for
was-
the tombs of the pharaohs.
Yeah, that was
But,
the big
like,
thing.
How did the Romans build? How did the Romans build the Colosseum?
Didn't they also like co-line with certain stars?
They do.
No,
yeah.
yeah, they do.
And
It's
like
it's
how
4
did the
planets.
French build the Notre Dame?
Well, I'm not sure. Like, what's the time zone between those? Are they around the same time period?
I mean, Egypt was one of the first 4 civilizations in the world, but Rome is also an ancient civilization, and I believe
Ancient.
what is it? Cleopatra and Mark Antony were involved with each other, so a lot of Egypt's golden age was coinciding with the Roman Empire when that was in also its golden age, but the pyramids were built before Cleopatra. I'm just saying, like, the leaps in technology between ancient Egypt and ancient Rome weren't that fast, but nobody questions how the Romans built the Colosseums or anything like that.
I don't know. I think when it comes to the Romans, there's a lot more evidence of technology they had.
I think the idea.
I guess maybe
They were
because we don't have,
geniuses.
or maybe we do. I just don't know about it.
And the Colosseums were made with very small bricks, weren't they?
I mean,
Or
yeah.
smaller bricks, but like the pyramids are made out of like really
Like
big.
taller than us,
Yeah,
right?
they're really big bricks, if I'm not
How do
mistaken.
they carry that?
Yeah, like they had to.
Consider the Library of Alexandria.
What is
That's
that?
no longer with us.
Exactly. We don't know what they knew back then because the Library of Alexandria was burned, including a lot of
burn
knowledge
books.
about ancient Egypt and ancient Rome and the technologies that they knew existed.
And I wonder why
Because
it got burned down.
the aliens, it was alien
Exactly.
technology.
The aliens burned down.
It was
I forget-
alien technology.
I forget which
Taking
war it
care.
burned
And those
down
aliens
in,
are
but
still
it was
here.
it was set ablaze like during a war when a foreign army to Alexandria like invaded the city.
The foreign army were aliens. Not just land.
But yeah, no, like we don't know exactly what the Egyptians did know during that time period because we don't have the exact translations of all the hieroglyphs, and a lot of the knowledge is just lost because time and also the burning of the Library of Alexandria. Do you know where we would be as a society if the Library of Alexandria hadn't burned down?
Flying cars,
Exactly.
floating buildings.
We very well might have been.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just gotta get the aliens to come back and give us a little bit more technology.
Yeah, we just gotta tell them to just call them up. Hey, so all our logs of you being here is gone. Can
you come back
We
and
got one
prove
over,
it again?
We got one over there chilling. So
Yeah, we do. Why don't we should bring him in here one day?
sure.
Just like
Well, besides the the pyramids,
yeah. What else?
what else do you guys have in mind? Throw
Okay,
some.
so this is gonna sound a little weird coming from me specifically because this is not in line with anything that I ever talk about, right? I fully believe that the assassinations of what's his name?
Kennedy.
John F. Kennedy and Martin Luther King Jr. were done by the government.
I think so,
And I
too.
cannot tell you exactly how, but they are connected to Reagan's election as president in the 80s.
Really, I never
Continue.
heard that. That's very interesting.
Continue.
So
on that.
JFK is connected to Ronald Reagan.
Yes.
How so?
Well, consider
20 years
okay.
apart.
So, like, consider the policies that Kennedy stood for. He was very much democratic.
Everyone loved him.
Yes,
It was like
because
he was exposing all the
he
bad stuff.
He
that
was
happening
supposed
to
to.
him.
There's a lot of theories about where we could be in American society if Kennedy had been president for longer. Before his vice president Lyndon B. Johnson took over after his assassination. He was sworn in on the Air Force One, which personally I do think is just like a really cool factoid. Imagine being sworn in as president on a plane. That's kind of cool.
That is cool.
That's kind of cool. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff where a lot of what is kind of currently issues in American society presently is traced back to a lot of Reagan era administration or the Reagan administration, a lot of his stuff and like what Reagan was doing. And so one of the things that Kennedy wanted to do specifically was like dismantle the FBI and the CIA because at the time they were running rampant with so much corruption because you're coming off the heels of both the Red and the Lavender Scare, which affected a lot of the federal government in that way, especially the FBI, the Army, the CIA, a lot of the stuff like that. So Kennedy was like, yeah, no, we're going to get rid of those. And then 3 weeks later, he ends up dead going through Dallas.
Trying to expose the CIA.
Exactly.
And the FBI. I mean, what do you think? They have they're literally like one of the most powerful
They're,
organizations.
they're like the secretest organization.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
in our government, yeah.
And then, like,
they control a lot.
I mean, obviously, there's a lot of time between what happened with Kennedy and then Reagan's election, but like, they're connected.
They both were trying to do like similar things. Or
They were not. They're complete opposites.
You've seen all the.
They're complete opposites.
You've seen all the crazy similarities Abraham Lincoln and Oswald had, like the same.
Are you talking about
birth.
John Wilkes Booth and Lee Harvey Oswald, like the assassins?
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, because
I thought it was
there's a lot
Abraham
of like weird similarities and like coincidences between
Oh,
Abraham
that's
Lincoln's
what
death
it-
and Kennedy's
that's what it- yeah, the
assassination.
assassination,
It's like
yeah.
both the assassins had like 3 names. It was like exactly 100 years apart. There's just a lot of stuff like that.
yeah,
it
it
was
was
always just like,
every 100 years,
that's
we have to
suspicious.
sacrifice the president.
That's weird.
Every 100
but
years.
yeah, no, Kennedy, Reagan were complete opposites. If Kennedy hadn't been assassinated, Reagan most likely would not have been able to do a lot of the things that he did. And I
interesting.
fully believe that the federal government was involved in Reagan's election.
Yeah. I think the government's involved in every
They're
election.
connected.
Though.
I can't prove how. It is like the one conspiracy theory that I believe in, because overwhelmingly so many conspiracy theories are just rooted in like a lot of anti-Semitism and a lot of racism.
I mean, hatred is what pulls people to
There's a
do
lot
stuff.
of hatred. Tyler, do you got any?
I really wish I had more into conspiracy theories, but I don't. Like I don't necessarily think the aliens built the pyramids. I think that it's very
It's just
difficult.
interesting to think about, you know.
Yeah, no, they are, but like, there's none that I specifically think like, oh yeah, definitely Kennedy was assassinated to do this one thing because he was trying to be this and this and this and that, or anything like that.
There are some people who genuinely think time travel technology was made by the Nazis in the World War.
Is that not
With
like a
help from
Call of Duty
aliens.
Zombies plot line?
It
Or am I
is.
I think
crazy?
Why
that
do you
is
think
a
they made
part
the
of.
plotline?
Yeah, they probably made it based off of that, and it's good. It's really cool to like watch videos about it and think
Yeah.
about, but it's like, you know what I mean? It's like I don't know, I don't know about that,
Time
man.
travel, there's no way it's possible.
I can't
Yeah.
believe there are genuinely people out there who believe in the whole Jewish space laser conspiracy thing.
What is that?
Excuse me?
Yeah, you've never heard of Jewish space lasers?
Mm-mm.
So there's a couple of these really badly edited pictures of like these giant laser beams coming down on like forests in California, and a lot of like
Bro.
extreme right-wingists are convinced that they're Jewish space lasers, and that like Jewish people have satellites in space that have laser technology
Why
and are
do
starting like
lasers-
forest fires in California.
What do lasers have to do with Jewish people?
Because people really hate Jewish people sometimes.
People will make rumors just to hate on somebody.
No, like
Yeah.
the whole
bro.
lizard people conspiracy theory
Lizard
is like
people. I
used to
so
believe
rooted in anti-Semitism. It's not even funny.
What is I think
Donald
I'm just
Trump is a
disconnected.
lizard person.
Biden is a lizard person.
Lizard.
They
What
all
is-
they're all
lizard
lizards.
people?
What is that?
You gotta look it
The
up, man. It's
reptilians, they
wild.
can
The-
shapeshift into
Yeah.
anyone they look
It's
at.
a theory.
Avril Lavigne is wrapped up in that too. People think that there is a conspiracy theory that Avril, like
Jeffrey
the real
Epstein.
Avril Lavigne was
We're gonna show you
died.
Inside Job after
Ooh,
this, and
what
I'll
about
show you
the-
that
replaced?
episode.
What about
Jeffrey
the
Epstein.
Epstein's Island?
That's a whole nother thing.
That is a
that's not a-
crazy.
That's not a conspiracy theory.
It's really not.
That's
That's why I
Facts.
didn't talk
Yeah,
about
Epstein.
it. I would-
Yes.
I would- I
That's
would talk-
crazy.
Epstein is the one that like everyone thinks wasn't fake, right?
Epstein was the one who like killed himself. in
Yeah,
his jail
I don't
cell.
believe that.
Yeah,
I
and he
don't
had that
believe that
list
either.
of like
So
Will
they're gonna invest
Smith.
the
Why was
Of
the
all
guard
these
asleep? Why was
celebrities.
the guard asleep?
Do you think those people actually visit the island?
Oh,
Do they did?
Oh,
yes,
for sure.
100.
Really?
Oh,
Even
yeah.
even Will Smith, even like these
Tom Cruise
supposedly
was one,
great people, like you know what I mean?
Like almost
Dude,
every
it's
celebrity,
insane
bro.
how much like that kind of popularity and
Justin
level
Bieber.
of famousness just like
Bro, there
completely.
are no rules.
like-
you can
Maybe
do
this is-
whatever you want.
No, maybe this is what human evolution turns into. Like once you achieve a certain level of status and power, you are invited to a specific location, and you transcend your human flesh to become a lizard man.
Like literally.
It's not even that. It's this whole thing about how like there's a reason why so many famous people or like really famous YouTubers end up doing just like awful things. It's because when you get that much money and like that much influence and power over people,
look at
it
Miley
really just
Cyrus.
goes to their head and they feel like
Justin
they're
Bieber.
untouchable. Like yeah,
Demi Lovato.
like what is it? There was a whole thing with like Dream, like the Minecraft YouTuber and whatever. Like,
Yeah.
there's a reason why like YouTubers start getting really big, and all of a sudden they start getting like all these weird situations happening around them.
Rappers
Like,
all the
yeah,
time.
it's power and money goes to people's heads. So like,
yeah.
yeah, I fully believe every single person on Jeffrey Epstein's list.
Yep, I do too. 100%. I want to.
But like the thing is like, why would you do that? Because let's say like if you're famous, if you're like Will Smith, if you're like a really famous rapper, you can get like any girl you want. But the thing is like, you know what I mean? But
well, you know what has to do with
it's about the power dynamics.
You know, it has to do
it's
with
about that.
Like sex trafficking too.
What's up?
It has to do a lot with like. Sex
Yeah.
trafficking.
Yeah. Same thing
That's
with
what
like
I'm saying.
oh, what's the guy's name?
I'll explain
The
later
Playboy
Oh, for sure.
mansion.
Deep. It goes
Harvey
really
Weinstein?
deep. Can't really talk about that on stream.
No, I'm pretty sure that's Harvey Weinstein.
Well, you're talking about the guy with the sailor hat, right?
No,
old
just the
gun?
guy who like had the Playboy bunny mansion.
Oh yeah.
Harvey Weinstein, right?
I don't know his name.
I don't know.
It's like Joe or something.
No, Hugh Hefner.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. I was like, who's Harvey Weinstein? What?
Yeah, thank you, Lance. Lance got it. Right as you got
Yeah.
It's very very interesting what
Same reason, like
famous people do.
Epstein and Hugh Hefner, same reasoning. Same reasoning.
Hmm.
It's about the power dynamics.
And money, people just can't get enough of it.
Yeah,
bro.
no kidding. But yes,
Money is the root of all evil.
true.
it. It really is. It really is.
It corrupts so fast.
You know what's also really evil? The fact that we have to end the show now.
No. Dang.
It is
I'm giving
upsetting.
I'm giving you the
Crow,
blank
crow.
stare because these segues today are just...
Yeah, I'm really sorry. They're not great.
You gotta
No, they
work
are
on that,
good.
man.
They are
I'm
good.
trying to work on it.
Look,
I
you're
thought they
getting
were
better.
okay.
You're getting better. It's definitely
getting
like
better?
a step up. But
Okay,
like,
I appreciate that,
keep-
Kelly.
keep
At least I'm getting better.
keep
I
at
thought
it.
I thought they were good, Tyler.
I appreciate you, Randon.
Yes.
Appreciate
A
you.
little too. It's the tone of voice. It's a little
Kelly-
too forced.
Kelly
You gotta,
is a
segue it
hater.
natural.
Oh, so
Kelly's
yes,
such
I am a hater by trade.
Kelly is a hater.
Yeah.
I'm only a hater because I know you can do better.
Haters gonna hate.
I'm only a hater because I know you can do better.
Taylor Swift now.
Well, that's the end of our show, and been really enjoyed talking with y'all today. We'll be back next week. If you're looking for more Cruisin' the Planet, we upload all your favorite episodes to YouTube every Monday at 5. So if you missed today's episode, you'll find it on Monday. If you're looking for more Tarleton Radio, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, no longer TikTok, and Twitter. I'm missing my places at KXTR, The Planet 100.7. We'll be back next week with another episode of Cruisin' the Planet. But until then, keep cruising, y'all.
Have a good time.
We out.
See ya.
Bye.